6 major U.S. airlines are about to flood the Philippines with flights in 2026, and if you're planning to visit family, retire abroad, or invest in property, this changes everything. For millions of Filipino Americans, this isn't just about cheaper tickets. It's about seeing your Lola before it's too late, attending that wedding you've missed for 5 years, or finally retiring where your dollar goes 10 times further. But here's what the airlines aren't telling you. The Philippines just became the fastest growing aviation market in Southeast Asia, 22% passenger growth in 2024 alone. And U.S. carriers are scrambling to grab their piece of a market worth billions. Meet Carlos, 58, from San Diego. He hasn't seen his mother in Manila for 7 years because round-trip tickets hit $1,400. Every year I promised, next summer, but the guilt was eating me alive, he told me over coffee last month. But something shifted. New data from the International Air Transport Association, published in March 2024, shows Philippine routes are now more profitable than traditional European destinations. Airlines are betting $2.3 billion that Filipinos abroad will choose family over savings accounts. Here's the shocking part. This gold rush has a dark side. And it's already pricing out the people it's supposed to help. Let me show you which airline is making the boldest and riskiest move first. Airline number 6, Hawaiian Airlines. Starting from number 6, working up to the airline that could literally change where you retire. Hawaiian Airlines just filed permits for Honolulu-Manila direct service, the first U.S. carrier to target the Pacific Islander Filipino corridor. And this matters more than you think. Maria, 62, is a nurse in Honolulu. Every Christmas, she spends $2,100 flying to Cebu, with layovers in Japan that add 9 hours to her journey. I lose 2 days of vacation just sitting in airports, she said. I'm exhausted before I even arrive at my sister's house. Hawaiian's promise? Direct 9-hour flights, 4 times weekly, with estimated pricing around $899. Imagine cutting out Tokyo-Narita entirely. No more 6-hour layovers. No more racing through foreign airports trying to make connections. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. Hawaiian Airlines is bleeding money. Bankruptcy rumors swirled through Q4 2024 after quarterly losses hit $140 million. Industry insiders are whispering that these new Philippine routes could vanish in 18 months if they don't perform immediately. So if you're booking Hawaiian, here's my advice. Use points now, not cash. And never, never, buy tickets more than 90 days out. Because if Hawaiian folds these routes, you'll be fighting for refunds while your family waits at the airport. But Hawaiian's gamble is nothing compared to what Delta just announced. Airline number 5, Delta Airlines. Delta is weaponizing luxury to dominate the balikbayan box market, and honestly, it's brilliant. Here's something most people don't know. According to Delta's 2024 Q3 investor report, Filipino-American travelers spend 34% more on baggage fees than any other demographic. We're not just bringing ourselves home, we're bringing medicine, electronics, toys, clothes, entire lives packed into suitcases. Ramon, 45, is an IT engineer in Atlanta. He ships 6 balikbayan boxes every year at $180 each through cargo services. My family expects pasalubong, it's not optional, he explained. But I'm spending over $1,000 just on boxes before I even buy a plane ticket. Delta saw this, and they're exploiting it. Their 2026 Manila hub launch includes free extra baggage allowance, up to 3 checked bags, on direct Atlanta to Manila flights. Picture this. You're walking through Ninoy Aquino Airport with 3 50-pound bags stuffed with gifts, blood pressure medication for your Tito, an iPad for your pamangkin. No extra fees. No guilt. No, sorry, you're 5 pounds over at the check-in counter. For families like Ramon's, this could save $400 per trip. But, and you knew there was a but coming, Delta's betting you won't notice the real cost buried in their premium economy scheme. Their free baggage only applies if you upgrade from basic economy, which adds $380 to your ticket price. You're not saving money. You're just spending it differently. And that's exactly why airline number 4 is taking the opposite approach. Airline number 4, Alaska Airlines. Alaska Airlines is targeting a market nobody saw coming, and the data backs up why it's genius. Pacific Northwest Filipinos are the wealthiest Filipino demographic per capita in America. The U.S. Census Bureau's 2023 report shows Filipino households in the Seattle-Tacoma area earn a median income of $127,000. That's 18% above the national average. These aren't budget travelers. They're Boeing engineers, Amazon tech workers, healthcare executives. Liza, 51, designs aircraft interiors at Boeing. She pays $1,650 for Seattle to Manila flights with 2 connections, usually through San Francisco and Tokyo. I have the money, she said, but I don't have the time. I need my weekends with my grandkids in Bellevue, not sitting in airports. Alaska's solution? Direct Seattle to Manila service. 12 hours, nonstop. They're targeting business-class professionals willing to pay $3,200 for lie-flat seats and premium meals. For someone like Liza, that's worth it. She lands in Manila rested, not wrecked. For the first time, going home doesn't mean sacrificing your American career or losing precious days to travel exhaustion. But here's the risk nobody's talking about. Alaska Airlines has never flown to Asia before. Their new Airbus A321XLRs, the planes they're using for this route, are improving on 12-hour trans-Pacific journeys. Engine reliability questions are already popping up in aviation forums. My advice? Wait for reviews from the first 3 months of service before booking. Or stick with the airline that's been quietly dominating this route for 40 years. Airline number 3, United Airlines. United Airlines isn't expanding to the Philippines, they're doubling down. They already operate 14 weekly flights from San Francisco to Manila. By late 2026, that number jumps to 28. They're adding Houston routes, Denver routes, Chicago routes. And there's a reason for this aggression. The MIT International Business Review published a study in September 2024 showing United captures 61% of all U.S. Philippines business travel. They're not just an airline on this route, they're the airline. Tony, 67, is a retired USPS worker from Daly City. He's been a United MileagePlus member for 30 years. He uses his miles to fly free to Manila twice a year to visit his grandkids. It's the only reason I stayed loyal, he said. But something changed. Tony used to book award flights 6 months out with no problem. But he's hunting for seats that don't exist. A leaked internal memo from December 2024 revealed United is reducing award seat availability by 40% on Philippine routes, even as they add more flights. But because they can. Demand is so high, they're prioritizing cash-paying customers over loyalty members. Tony now stays up until 3 a.m. refreshing the app, hoping someone cancels. I feel like I'm fighting my own airline, he told me, exhausted. Your miles are being devalued in real time. And United's betting you won't switch carriers because you've sunk 20 years into their program. Here's what you should do instead. Transfer your points to ANA or Singapore Airlines. They have better award availability on the exact same routes to Manila, and their planes are nicer. But United's real threat isn't award availability. It's the airline about to undercut them by $400. Airline number 2, American Airlines. American Airlines is launching Dallas to Manila service in mid-2026, and it's a direct attack on United's monopoly from Texas. Here's why this matters. Texas is home to 250,000 Filipino residents, according to the 2024 census. Yet there are 0 direct flights from Texas to the Philippines. Grace, 39, is a Dallas nurse and a single mom of 3. Every summer, she flies her kids to Manila to stay with her parents for a month. But it requires connecting through LAX. By the time we land in Manila, my youngest has cried for 20 hours straight, she said, her voice shaking. I arrive defeated. I'm supposed to be happy, but I just want to collapse. American's new route eliminates that nightmare. Direct DFW to Manila flights. 14.5 hours. No layover in LA. No dragging 3 exhausted kids through Tom Bradley Terminal at midnight. Imagine your children actually sleeping on the plane. Imagine landing in Manila refreshed instead of destroyed. A Harvard family psychology study from 2023 found that travel stress reduces family reunion enjoyment by 48% in the first 72 hours. You spend 2 days recovering instead of connecting with the people you flew 8,000 miles to see. Americans are betting that Filipino families in Texas will pay a premium to avoid that suffering. But there's a problem. American is using older Boeing 787-8 aircraft on this route. Their economy seats are 16.5 inches wide, compared to 18 inches on competitors. After 14 hours, that inch and a half feels like a mile. Your back will feel like concrete. Your knees will ache. You'll arrive in Manila technically rested but physically wrecked. So if you're booking American, spend the extra $200 on main cabin extra for the legroom. Trust me, it's worth it. Which brings us to airline #1. The one that could make all of these others irrelevant. Airline number 1. Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines, yes, Southwest, is entering the Philippines game. And it's the most insane move in aviation history. Southwest has never flown international long-haul routes. Ever. They don't have lie-flat business class. They don't serve meals on flights over 4 hours. Their entire business model is built on short domestic hops. So why are they doing this? Budget Trans-Pacific Service. Estimated $599 one-way from Los Angeles to Manila, with a stopover in Guam. Let me put that in perspective. That's less than half the price of competitors. Jenny, 28, is an elementary school teacher in Los Angeles. She earns $52,000 a year. She hasn't been home to Iloilo since her wedding 4 years ago. I can't afford $1,200 tickets on a teacher's salary, she said quietly. I FaceTime my dad every week, but I can see his health declining through the screen. His diabetes is getting worse. And I feel helpless. If Southwest succeeds with this route, they'll unlock travel for 2 million working-class Filipino Americans who are currently priced out of visiting family. The Stanford Migration Lab published research in January 2025 estimating that 67% of Filipino Americans under 35 skip family visits due to cost alone. Not lack of interest. Not time off work. Just money. Jenny cried when I told her about the $599 fare. I could see my dad before his diabetes gets worse, she whispered. This is what's at stake. But Southwest's plan comes with massive risks. Their Boeing 737 MAX aircraft can barely make it to the Philippines. Passengers might face weight restrictions. No checked bags on some flights. And the journey could take 16 hours with the Guam layover. Picture this. You're crammed in a domestic-style seat, the same one you'd sit in from Dallas to Phoenix, for 8 hours to Guam. Then another 8 hours to Manila. With nothing but pretzels, peanuts, and recycled air. No in-flight entertainment screens. No meals. No pillows. You'll land in Manila starving, stiff, and exhausted. So here's the question, is it worth it? For Jenny? Absolutely. She'd sit on a cargo plane if it meant seeing her father. For Liza, the Boeing engineer earning 6 figures? Probably not. It's a choice. 6 airlines. 6 strategies. One question, which matters more, comfort or family? If you're wealthy, Alaska and Delta offer luxury. If you're loyal, United is your safe bet, despite the award seat problems. If you're budget conscious, Southwest might literally save your relationship with home. But remember this, first-year routes fail 30% of the time, according to Boeing's 2024 market analysis. Airlines overestimate demand, underestimate costs, and quietly cancel routes after a year. So never book more than 90 days out. Always use credit card travel insurance. And if you're relying on miles, transfer them to partner airlines now before your program devalues them further. Because here's the truth that no one wants to say out loud. Your Lola won't be around forever. That cousin's wedding in Cebu won't wait for you to save up another year. And retirement in the Philippines gets less affordable every single year as more Americans discover it. These 6 airlines are expanding because they know something you might not admit to yourself yet. Time is running out. So here's what I need to know. Would you risk a 16-hour Southwest flight with no meals to save $800 and see your family? Or would you pay double for Delta's comfort even if it means one less trip home? Drop your answer in the comments. And tell me which airline you're choosing. Because I'm booking my flight this week, and honestly, your advice might change my mind. Oh, and one more thing. There's a 7th airline I didn't mention. One that might blow all of these out of the water with a route announcement coming in March 2026. I'll reveal it if this video hits 10,000 likes. You know what to do.